House. Alright, so today is the 16th. Hit up the gym and I lost my phone somehow, so it's sort of entertaining. Uh, we did a little bit of workout before the gym, but I think I left it where it went. I don't know. I don't know where it is, but my car is a mess and that needs to get fixed too. But I'm supposed to meet the guy to look at that $5,000 tent. Out here industrial area, not Lemon Creek, but a different industrial area in Juneau. And at like 5 minutes, I'm not really sure precisely where it's at, but we're just going to grab the sunglasses and we got the dog loaded up and run over there in the general area. I'm pretty sure it's down Industrial Road and that crazy horse down there. Take a look at that $5,000 tent. I don't have the $5,000 to buy it again. I just want to get a quick visual. A lot of times you just tell when you're talking to someone whether you think it's going to work out in terms of, the tent being what they say it's going to be. It's pretty unlikely they're going to let us actually get it and set it up. It would be the solution, though, I think. If we had the 5,000, that would be better. Like I said yesterday, or at least I mentioned to a couple friends on Facebook, I was talking to the lady who does the administrative work with the Lumberjack Show in Ketchikan, and she said, you should look online, and I did. And a lot of the videos, it's like they've got something built that's can 600-person capacity. That's sort of like the staging for around like some of the baseball fields and stuff. Not the aluminum bleachers, but something that's hand built at a diagonal, handmade with some like telephone posts, like almost a pole barn type structure. So we're trying to get at least 200 capacity. If I can get the shed somehow refurbished or something and borrow, beg or whatever, a U-Haul or truck, and get something over there like some telephone poles or something like that, we can get something set up. Even if we just build one section as a sort of a model and a trial, and there's a lot of examples and plans online, and for 50-person seating, 5 rows of 10 at an angle like that, and then all of a sudden we've got to start. If we get that location, we put that in. A couple more days, we can build another one of those. We'll begin immediately doing the tours. Just go buy an axe, and the momentum's there, and I think we're going to be able to knock this one out of the park. But like I said, it's the time. I got to run down there. Let's hope we can find that place. I think it might be. So I checked out the tent, and the guy gave me the floor plan for it. And he's leaving towards his wife. His daughter got married to some dude in Oregon, and he's taking off on Friday. And he's got a big storage unit in a boat and packing it up and everything. And we got the floor plan for the tent. We can think about it. It's a beautiful Sunday today, but it's supposed to rain like balls tomorrow. And that's more like the typical weather up here in Juneau. Long story short, I'm sure that guy was trustworthy. I'm sure that the tent is fine. $5,000 is pricey. Again, when we're talking about building the bleacher seating and that kind of thing for the tent and for what we're trying to accomplish for seating for the Lumberjack Tour, all of a sudden we're in the conversation where are we going to put all this stuff afterwards. It's a big tent. He's got all the poles on a boat trailer, but still, if we're putting telephone poles in and building semi-permanent bleacher seating, that's all good and great, but we're just talking about a 3-month summer lease for the property, so we have to have something semi-permanent. We could take it down, have sort of a no trace type thing. Just something to think about. If someone was like, here's $20,000 as a grant or as an investment, just giving it to me right now, I could be like 15 grand. And I don't think that's the best thing for me or for the program or for the race or anything what we're trying to do. But, I could be like 15 grand, get the land today, you know what I mean? It's the hard truth. And I could buy that tent today and get a couple people today and begin setting that thing up. And, this is the difference between having some money and not having some money, though. So where are we going to get that money? I'm here in Juneau. small business development center by the Chamber of Commerce. The danger is you go in and talk to these people. Like, years ago, I was in Yellowstone. I was trying to do a sled dog thing. I went and talked to the Chamber of Commerce thing, and next thing I know, tried to network with the local people. Next thing I know, the people were trying to get me, slandered and almost arrested and shit. So you got to be careful with all this shit. And it's very true. I mean, you don't go talk to real estate people and stuff. You talk specifically to people who you want to deal with. So I'm just gonna run here and be like, what do you guys do, and take it from there. See if there's any resources they can offer me. And the other thing that we want to do is hit up FedEx or the courier service here, see if we can call and coordinate with someone in Whitehorse, because one of the things I want is to get that high protein, high fat European style pepperettes from the Walmart in Whitehorse, and that really good raisin bread and stuff, and have them send it to me, via FedEx or Air or whatever. And I'd almost want to just jump on the ferry to Skagway, drive to Whitehorse, and buy a shit ton of that, and have like a freezer or something here. Not a freezer, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Someone should be selling that. Maybe we'll be selling that to the tourists, so maybe we'll need to begin dealing with that in bulk. It's not something that I really feel like my nutrition and my diet is so much better, even though it's the road trip factor, even though it's the factor of, hitting up hot springs in different places on the travel going through Canada. But I really get to the States and you look around, also just for the bread, just buying that like baked in the store bread, raisin bread and stuff, out of that, whatever that big store is in Whitehorse, I don't even know the name. You juxtapose that to just go into the stores in Juneau. There's the Walmart went out of business, but they're not good. Fred Meyer and Safeway, like the quality of food is not good. Do I need to become a bread breaker? It makes me think, what if I found like an investor or someone who's into that sort of thing? All of a sudden they could be in. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just how complicated. How complicated versus how simple do you want to make this stuff? And but it just really strikes me that the nutrition and the health and the fitness, and like the idea of trying to make some hot springs or like a campground or something with that land there too. Putting some wood fire hot tubs or something. We're going to be dwelling with wood. And potentially even being able to serve drinks and evening ambiance with a concert type feel. This is a huge moneymaker. 200 seats. It seems like a lot for that startup funds just to rent the property of everything. But if you're talking like $5,000 for 200 seats, $25 a piece, just the one show, all summer. Those cruise ships are already here. We're wasting time. We need to get it together. So we're going to go in here and talk to these guys. All right, so we ran in there and talked to that guy real quick, and he's like, you got to have a plan. It's like a month timeline if you're trying to go and get a loan from the bank. Some templates online. You got to factor in insurance, the cost of the chairs, because I'm like 15 for the land, and then another 5 for the tent, and then maybe round up $5,000 or whatever. But the other thing is maybe this mental health trust land. I need to follow up and send them an email. Go downtown, take a quick video of the location, get the email address, send them an email, and be like, maybe we can pay them month to month. I got my great video. Let's send that as part of the email, and hey buddy, and that way we can have some continuity, we can have some clarity, because it's more than just a plan. I feel like there's a lot of persuasive, there's a lot of charisma, there's a lot of sort of good stuff when we're talking about it on video or in person that can't get it's like if you're gold mining or whatever, it's that fine stuff that you might not actually see right away, but it's the real stuff when you look carefully at something. So but the point is, like, a lot of these trying to get a loan from the bank or something like that around here, if we're looking at a month timeline, that's just too much money to lose for me if we don't have some other angle. Is there like a startup? Is there like an angel investor? Is there like a startup ecosystem here in Juneau? Probably not really. So if you're just trying to find someone who would be like invest, what kind of the different, even if I was trying to get a couple friends each to put a few grand down or $5,000 down, or just people to come and work on it and stuff, what kind of a return can they get from that? I was like, probably make twice as much back plus your wages, but a lot of people already have commitments for the summer at this point, so it's something that, just look how big those trees are there. You know what I mean? Beautiful big trees here in Juneau. Anyway, it's something that's it's nuanced, it's nuanced because I don't think I would, even if I did have a plan together for the bank loan officer. Granted, we should have a plan, period. And I have a rough plan, but but I don't, trying to go the route of a bank loan officer for me personally with my bad credit, just not the bad credit, but just the fact that I'm like a real human being and worked a bunch of jobs and stuff. Haven't been sitting at a desk for the last decade. You know what I mean? We're not going to be getting a loan from a bank on this. I really look at, like, here in Southeast Alaska, in Juneau, they used to have this really nice business story about this girl who started right by the University of Alaska, the waffle shop. It's now the Gonzo's out by Auk Bay, and it was like open till midnight. There was Wi-Fi. It was really cheap. It wasn't like what it is now, though it's still nice as Gonzo's or something, but it was really like a young person in the college who got a loan for 20 grand and started a waffle shop as an entrepreneur. How cheap is it to make waffles? How cheap is it to sell waffles? And she did really well, you know what I mean? And I think she did well. She made a profit with it. And I remember back in the day calling her up and being like, we should open some more of these, just because how simple is that? And how good is it for like university kids to have a place, not about drugs, not about like beer, just to be able to go to socialize, to use the Wi-Fi, to study late at night, to network. And it gets into a lot of the stuff that's happening in the States with co-working spaces and incubators and all this stuff, where a lot of shit happens outside of the university setting, outside of the small business development setting, outside of a real meeting and that kind of thing. So I just remember it being a real nice place. It's nice now too, but that's a cool story, a business story. And like, she wrote a business plan. I need to write my business plan out. I'm kind of insane. I'm like 15 grand for the space, 5 grand for the tent, plus maybe another 5 grand when you're talking about chairs. And but that's, we can do it for way less. I think I don't really need that tent. I think I could probably talk to these, we're going downtown right now, probably talk to this group at the mental health trust land, show them the video and like convince them to be like, let's do this month to month. And can I pay you after? Why do I have to pay them before? Can I pay them after? So that's the sort of thing, at the end of the month. They probably might not do that, but I don't know. That's what they were going to do down there in Jackson, Wyoming, at the rodeo grounds. So we gotta grab this email real quick. What a fucking beautiful day in Juneau, Alaska here. You can see this is right opposite the hotel. They got some construction stuff. They got K2OO, the news, the big downtown museum, 4 Point Sheraton, Coast Guard is right here. And this is the lot. You can see the sign. Let's go grab the email from the sign. This is the lot we're talking about trying to lease for our lumberjack show. And mental health trust land for sale. Talk to them. They want to lease it for $5,000 a month. Email mhtlow@alaska.gov. Again, just like they got some construction stuff. It's a 2-acre lot, and I'm just gonna leave the car for a second here. Maybe I should grab the dog, just because he might want to come too. And I want to lock this car. Come on out, hero. There you go, buddy. There you go. It makes me think, though, when I want to be creative and savvy and smart about what we're doing and everything, but like the lot is the lot, but like what about right on the water? Maybe I should run over and ask the coasties, because we want to do some of our lumberjack shit on the water and not just be like in the mindset where we want to be the boom, again, like today's a beautiful day. It's going to be pouring rain here tomorrow. Most of the time it is pouring rain, so we have to internalize that. But really quick, half of this lot is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 telephone posts, probably from right about here over. This is pretty prime. I mean, this is above average prime. Douglas Island's over there. Look at the big, huge cruise ships. One in the bay, one over to the left. This is going to be ideal. And, in terms of actually accessing the water for like a boom room, for a log roll, versus trying to down the line make something up here, literally just get a couple axes, a couple logs, and just like, the sooner we get this thing going, set up a couple like an obstacle course, we're golden, we're going, we're doing it. Like, the more we fuck around, like, it just, like, for me, I'm a real I'll get her done type person. I'm not a the guy wants to do loan officer in the bank type thing, and that's not my that's not my style. But it really strikes me is in Juneau, in Alaska, there is not a big ecosystem for startup investing. There's not like someone who's trying to encourage and develop entrepreneurs. There's people who are just like who we're sharing this lot with. There's people encouraging and developing construction workers and fishermen. You know what I mean? Which is all cool and great, and that's nice to have Alaska like that. And they got some people camping out here. Maybe we should just give these guys a job. You know what I mean? Unless they're like me, I'm camping out too. But over the edge here, on the water, what if you could build something down there? I don't know. There's a little dock. It's I don't know how far this thing's across, but a good solid acre, and the wind turbine's not moving up there, but just trying to pull it all together. It's I just am feeling very optimistic right now. Let's just take a quick look out at the harbor here. Look at those boats, big cruise ships loaded with people. Trying to do 200 here is going to be a drop in the bucket. We're going to be doing 400, 500 a show here, and we're going to be running shows on the, hey, how you doing, huh? Hey, on the hour, on every 2 hours. But I mean, just what a fucking beautiful day here in Juneau. Gotta do some music.